Hamugasomu ya mwanchi umurigererwe getaseni kya Ndizi TV na bubwansu bwo Gusii no kwegena kwane bunalitko yawo ndigenderete ko bari toyerero kigima na nene no genderete kwego kya aso kubwatia emerobero yeritko rya rero ekero deritko rya lamis tariki emeronke Ibere na Isano na Isato chimutenyo kyanda omwaka ni wechi Ibere na meronko Ibere ne tato na manga genderete gokorekana imense ya Kenya ekero anene eserekari hegenderete gukwanera emerobero eria babegetensemo yoko ene kyabuna aba Kenya nigo barasarunge chinga kechiga embure nyinke ya El Nino ekageire gotwa gosekwene kiwa as chinsemo au imense ya Kenya nebikaro byogo kwanera gosebye chingwana gati ya serikali ya Kenya kwanza na baigazimio la umoja wa Kenya nigo bigendrete asamaga chabo masase ababwata nikorwa sebyombe au bagendrete kobwatoka ebirengerero na boigo amaganiabo boigo niga serikali yaberege kobwatoka oroboti kobwatkana na uchumi yense ya Kenya manchu muri cyaragira Chinsa Isano na Ibere cyabona mu basongo kwarigania SMS Amayia eri onkumanya buna nara yaya na kwariganire asenchera ere yobenge ase umubasorero gendera gotubwate sense moya Facebook kwetera Ndizi TV News Digital asense moya YouTube tunyarwetera Ndizi TV News na somutandao Twitter na bogoti twetera @Ndizi TV News eri otogendere gusanga nabo igo kwimanya mange. Mwanchi umurigerengo kwarigania karongo kumanya buna audio ko ene kya chipicha neryo gini cya wike ira senchira ya bena niga kurukwa Abigail Nyanchama na sense moye menyerero nigo tokubwatira na nere Joshua Auta eritariane Everlyne Osero sanga na intwegika omwerio tokuya chaka asensira enchira ya bene kubwatkana nengane yogendrete koreta ukongusa gusumusu asaba nanchi anene county ya Nyamira kubwatkana noko gania kumurusia bisomo gavana bwe county ya Nyamira umugavana Amos muminyaribo na ba MCA bono nigo egatia bagaka kurwa segesa ku kyabagetutu babeire bawe sokia na koborokana kugikeria engane yega nigo baganire aba MCA bwobo chamo na gokora chingwana no butreneri bwa serikali ya county ya Nyamira asenonya nabo baganiriye ribaga ryogo sanga ebirengera ryo kurwase aba MCA koruewa na otebabuna ekera barayi babere bako sege bose bago sege nanya nigo abananchi anene bari babete bawaka chikura nabwo bakumya muno nabono nigo baganire chingwa neki gokorekana senchira ya bene eri kugayana umuchandoyo
barete abagaka be kanisa abarayi be kanisa bagayana manganaya asenchira y'ubuororo taye gotiemana ekero chieri chigotiemana botambe bunyanzi aboko bokore mara no bunyanzi mbali twagete chikura yona ngusa aba MCA abatu achorete wetera chikora chito banche bayigwa mangana umugitutu akwanire buyamono
osabantu buna bamenyi babo getutu baratotiga turasoma chi point echikianda to understand tomaye ko batebinga bono go ahead genda muimbi chigavana enamba ya kabere ntubuna ababenyi babo getutu ya Nyamira County to abekire petition asegente keiga aba MCA batate ko imbichi
ense ya Kenya bono nigewe chikubwatrana nense ya Buganda na boigo ense ya Tanzania aso kwarigania chigosori cha Afcon aso mwaka wechi Ibere na meronke Ibere ne tano ne Ibere ime ense ya Kenya ukwana chinga kie chomura ibense Dr. William Samuel Ruto nigabeire ga wakambi ya mono gochiase abateneneri na boigo ababwatani be chigosori na otabuna oso kubwatrana nigo barachie goikerania egosori engiya asa ene kirebuna nigo barachie kwerwa na bayigo kobeka omukia asoko enekia buna babere bagwekerania alliance arabe ga kuganiwa abosyo obwe chigosori echo na bunenchira yemo yoko enekia buna ngusira bare chigosori mense ya Kenya na bayigo asensengima.
Nimepatiwa habari ya kwamba Kenya ikiungana na Uganda na Tanzania tumefaulu kuwa host wa Afcon in 2027. Nataka nipongeze wizara yetu ambayo inasimamia michezo na washikadau wote katika sekta hiyo kwamba ile mpango tumekuwa nayo ya kubadilisha mambo katika sekta ya mchezo sasa inaanza kufua dafu. Many people never believed that we had a chance of hosting AFCON in 2027 because of the state of our football and the state of our sports in general. But I am very proud today that Kenya, together with our partners in Uganda and Tanzania, jointly we have won the right to host AFCON in 2027, and we are very proud of this achievement. We will now mobilize every resource. We will mobilize every person and every sector to make sure that we deliver a world-class football event in 2027. We will make sure that whatever infrastructural facility that are required will be made available to make sure that we move Kenya to the next level.
Nekerense ya Kenya gendrete kwene kiabu na ngorigereriere amangana yogo kinya uchumi nigo oroboti ruwa uchumi rwaberero kubwato kwa bene ororwabere rogosomwa n'umuwaziri w'ekegancha ya serikali Profesa Njuguna Ndung'u kubwatkana n'oroboti oru uchumi ya Kenya nigo yaberege kwera na magega kegima anene kubwatkana no wateka kwebinyinyi bya corona imeyense ya Kenya nabo igo umuchando bumurakera uyobergo kwene kiwa ase Chinsa au kwa chinga kiecho Ndung'u ningatebune serikali ya Kenya kwanza inse yo muroberio o bottom up nigo urengete kwene kiabuna uchumi yabeire ege kubokiwa nabo igo gukiniwa ase ekerenge kinene.
Guide policy decisions to address the high cost of living for Kenyans. As the economy was recovering from the ravages of COVID-19 pandemic, it was also hit by a drought and disruptions of global supply chains that worsened the situation. And so what we have seen are negative and persistent shocks that have created permanent effects. We do believe that it's a policy issue, it's a reform issue that we really need to think about so that we move out of that permanent effect. But the most important thing is that it's to expound then how do we get out of that kind of permanent effect? How do we ignite economic recovery, resolve the cost of living, and also ignite growth and vibrancy? That's why we have the bottom-up economic transformation agenda for the current administration, and it is geared towards realizing an economic turnaround and achieving inclusive growth. Boosting domestic supply and ensuring that markets work effectively are critical steps towards improving the living standards for Kenyans.
Tinga kiechboigo asoroboti oruo Ndung'u gaba kago kwanere igoro kwirana magega kwebigwanda au imense ya Kenya ekiateba kiabeire ge koirania magega echiro yobonchorira na tebabune serikali negendrete korigeri chiburio kugayana emechandeyega na ukinya obonchorira boigo koine kiabuna obogima bwa Kenya tibori koba asakon.
The whole issue when we talk about markets and when we are looking at these issues is that if you cannot appropriate returns from your own investment, then those investments and even business will die. Because you invest on the basis that you are going to get returns. So, in this case, the markets were interfered with and the market development, the market protection and the market regulation failed. So we call it an institutional failure problem. And an institutional failure problem will automatically lead to a policy failure problem. And it is very important to acknowledge that and to know the mistakes and to correct the mistakes. So that institutional failure problem pushes policy failure, and the outcomes you see now are just the results of that. So when we talk about bottom-up, we are trying to say, how can we resuscitate and solve those problems? The abject poverty we observe in some regions has thus a bearing on institutional and policy failure problems. Thus, it is important to create interventions at the bottom of the pyramid to make markets work for them.
Muwaziri w'oburendi w'ime Kithure Kindiki nigo aikiranire bosio bwe kamati y'ebunge etenerete amang'ana y'okobwatania nabo igo amabaga arengaine gose cohesion and equal opportunities ase abeire gose asaganeirie koiraneria amaborio ayo arengete amabaga yemeremu anenaso obokoreri bw'egetengo gya Kenya prisons nigo Kindiki abakagwikirana bosio bwe committee yo karamo no muri kyo munene bw'amang'ana correctional services Salome Muhia Biako amono mu commissioner monene o Kenya Prison Service John Warioba ase Kindiki abereka gukwanira egatiemero berio eyo babeire bakobeka segetenge yo kia prison services eryo kwene kiabuna obokoreri borobya bwabeire bwekiraniwa asabananchi
and also create room for promotion, especially at senior level management. So as a policy, a single contract beyond 60, and also for those officers, and there are not many, when the current extensions which were done before this administration took expired, they will not be renewed, and that is a policy position. On the same point, in terms of distribution per age, we want to ensure that the bulk of our officers to be at them. We look at the distribution in terms of how many officers are in senior management and what are their ages in a short while. In response to the question whether the Kenya Prison Service has complied with Article 54(2) of the Constitution by promoting persons with disability, the answer is in the affirmative.
Ebikaro byechingwana gati ya serikali ya Kenya Kwanza na bigensemire kwa mirire serikali ya Azimio la Umoja One Kenya nigo bigendrete bene asamaga cha Bomas of Kenya imeyo muchu Nairobi korawa ni kamati ya bete kego chorwa ase ugutinira korawa na Kalonzo Musyoka uyoro muraibe kama kiawa ipakura sensemo ya Azimio la Umoja One Kenya na boigo Kimani Ichung'wa korwa se ensemo ya Kenya Kwanza nigo kamati yo egendrete kwarigania ebirengerero na igo amaganio korwase ebyombe au kubwatikana naria bwenerete gukwanirwa ose korongeiwa ase serikali erwo ikirania obokoreri burubya ase abananchi ensemo yoburi igose ensemo yabisi yomuri kyo monene bwebyama byage siasa nero yaberege kubwatoka amagania abo nabo igo ebirengerero byabo ko cyase kamati yo.
We are saying why we retain the single member constituencies and the county seats. The regional clusters or special seats are created where voters are asked to vote for political parties, and of course lists that shall be submitted by political parties. These special seats are then taken and filled proportionately based on the number of votes garnered by each party. The mixed member representation system would strengthen, first of all, political parties, because political parties, even the ones that are not so big and they may not have enough seats, then they can get into parliament through the party list that have been voted for during the elections, and we also then that will call for doing away with the closed party list, so that we do party list after elections, after they have been voted for, and it also ensure participation of voters in how party lists are made. And we are suggesting in the alternative, if that does not happen, the system does not change, there is need for participation of either members of political parties or voters in making of the party list, as opposed to just
aba obisa be serikali anene asense moyo burendi nigo bamochiwe ase okwebwatani no busali weri nani riyamawa yankorengana no mubwatani bworogongo rwa Rift Valley oyo manyakaine buna Abdasan oyo chikire abamenyi korwa sense moyankareta na boigo sasumwani kunganya korwa se Chinsa mecho batarachaka kunganyi wa bene ne serikali okwana magega yo gotwara ege ikaro na ba obisa burendi korwa se ense ensemo ya Narok na boigo Nakuru geikaro yakorekana ase abisi yomo commissioner we county ya Narok nigatere na ensemo yendemero aseri na nyeriria mau nigo emete yabeirege kobutorwa asenchira yokorosi wa gusegusambwa amakara asatebiru na abo bisabu burendi mono nigo bakoirera ama ubusari obugokorekana asengencho yokobwatari yaki korwase abananchi abo bagendera tokoro ubusari aseri na nyerio
kwa njia moja ama nyingine waondoke mara moja. Tunataka watoke hapo mara moja kwa sababu msitu huu ni rasilimali. Msitu huu umeharibika because that forest is about 46,000 acres. I mean hectares. Half of it is gone. Nusu ya msitu huo umeharibiwa na unaendelea kuharibiwa. Hata ile imebaki iko katika hali hatari.
Na kubwatkana no kubura ko burende ko gendrete kwene kiwasensemo ya Garissa ni gobono abamenyi becinsemecho baburiwe kubwatrana naba ubisabo burendi anene aso waka chiroboti ekero barorire kende yonsi eriko konya aso gukura mangana y'ubukurumi nabo igo goitowe chingiti choro sana eriyo gokonya gukinia mangana y'obutari asensemeyo.
Usalama ya watalii ni kitu muhimu. Hatuwezi kuleta utalii both domestic and foreign to this region bila usalama. Usalama ni kitu muhimu sana. Tuhakikisha kwamba element ya insecurity, wale ujangili inatusumbua, hali yote akiwa wananchi na serikali tushikane mkono, to eradicate issue and security, area peaceful, ndio twende tulete investors, tuweze tusaidiana katika conservancies yetu, katika sanctuaries zetu, waweze waangalie tupate pesa, vijana wapate ajira na nchi ipate maendeleo yaendelee.
Mimi sijawahi kuona, tulikuwa na district monitoring and evaluation committee, kulikuwa na provincial monitoring and evaluation committee, lakini ma NGOs yetu ambayo supporting community conservancies naona hakuna monitoring and evaluation.
Mwanchi umurigere banoroboti oruna rogotoreta omweri wa Amayia Chinsa Isano na Ibere senchera ere yobenge korena nentumira nechikoraga Chinsa 10 eri onkomanye ayamunayanda mange asenchera ere yobenge byo munasi bali bonsi bagendrete gochora gusanga muna intu ime ya Ndizi TV na bubwansu bwo Gusii bagendete gotonyora sensemo ya Facebook na bwego Chinsemo au ni gonko bakira ngambi ya mono asensemo ya Facebook gendera gotonyora wetera Ndizi TV News Digital asensemo ya YouTube gotonyora wetera Ndizi TV News na mutandao Twitter otwitwetera @Ndizi TV News ere togendere gusanga nabo igo kwemanya manke Abigail Nyancha manero ne kiachipicha ne ryogi cyawe kera senchira ya bene asensemo yimanyiriro nigo twabwatrana nere Joshua Auta ere tariane Everlyne Osero twarubuligere burubya nabo igo umugasoro mutoyerero.